In September 2024, Hurricane Helen made landfall on the East Coast with devastating force. High up in the mountains, Alicia and her family were hunkered down, watching as waters surged downhill behind their home. Alicia grabbed her phone and started filming, but within seconds, everything changed.
Oh shit! Get in the house! Oh shit! Go! Get in! Get there! Your truck going?
What began as rushing water suddenly morphed into a violent mudslide. Trees snapped like twigs, boulders thundered down the slope, and debris the size of cars barreled straight toward their home. There was no time to run. Miraculously, everyone survived. Though the land around them was wrecked and their yard unrecognizable, the house, battered and bruised, stood its ground. With nothing but grit, determination, and the kindness of volunteers and strangers, Alicia's family began the slow process of rebuilding their lives, one piece of debris at a time. While hiking near the railroad tracks in Mission Park, San Antonio, a man snapped a quick photo, but what he saw later left him speechless. When he reviewed the image, two mysterious figures appeared in the distance, standing eerily still. Locals have long whispered tales of ghostly children who push stalled cars off the tracks, but this was something entirely different. Confused and unsettled, unsure if he'd captured a trick of the light or something truly supernatural, he posted the photo online, and the internet hasn't stopped talking about it since. While camping near a quiet beach, a Reddit user stumbled upon something truly bizarre. A strange white creature floating in the shallow water. It didn't look like anything they'd ever seen before. Some viewers guessed it was just a discarded toy, while others thought it might be a seal or even a severed animal head. A few eagle-eyed commenters suggested it resembled a rare sea creature known as the pufferfish, but to this day, no one has been able to identify it for sure. What began as a beautiful sunlit day at Lake Tahoe took a deadly turn. Within just 10 minutes, a sudden and violent snowstorm engulfed the lake, transforming clear skies into a blinding whiteout. 8 lives were tragically lost that day. But the most chilling part? Guests in Cabin 19 at Cedar Glen Lodge captured the storm on video and spotted something they weren't expecting. Amid the swirling snow, a dark shadow streaked by at an unnaturally fast speed. Was it a spirit caught on camera? Or is there a more logical explanation? You decide. About 10 years ago, a Reddit user shared a seemingly ordinary family trip to a nearby lake. Just a fun day in the sun with the kids. But when they got home and started flipping through the photos, one image stopped them cold. In the picture, a distinct shadow of a hand was visible on their niece's back. The eerie part? No one was standing near her at the time. Even stranger, the angle of the shadow made no sense. If it belonged to a person, more of the arm should have been visible, maybe even part of their body or head. To this day, the family can't explain what they captured in that photo, and the mystery still haunts them. A couple renting a vacation home had no idea their quiet getaway was about to get seriously creepy. One night, just before 9 p.m., they spotted a flickering light coming from the abandoned house next door. Naturally, curiosity got the better of them.
This is the weird stuff that happens in your backyard, guys. Sunday night. What time is it, Dustin? Almost 9 o'clock. I have this on video. A true light bulb on the back of your house. No, wait, that might be your motion light.
They hadn't seen a single soul near that rundown house all weekend. No signs of life. Yet the motion light kept flickering on. So the question lingers. What was out there tripping that light? And more importantly, what did they almost see? While away on vacation, a homeowner casually checked the live feed from his backdoor camera. But then he paused. In one frame, something felt off. There, crouched low and staring directly into the lens, was a dark, shadowy figure. Its posture didn't look human or animal, and the eyes? They glowed in a way that sent chills down his spine. Some quickly dismissed it as a stray dog caught at the perfect angle, but others? They aren't so sure. Was it just a dog, or did something else wander into that yard? In 1999, a mother snapped a photo of her young son during what seemed like a quiet afternoon at a nearly empty park in New Jersey. Her son had been unusually distressed that day, crying nonstop for reasons she couldn't explain. She was certain they were alone, but when the film was developed, her heart sank. There, in the background of the photo, stood a tall, human-like figure, long hair draping over its shoulders, and what looked like an object clutched in its hand. The rest of the photo was perfectly ordinary. Yet that figure, it didn't belong. She swears no one was near them. So how could something or someone be that close without her ever noticing? Did the camera catch a moment that wasn't meant to be seen, or something far more terrifying? Deep in the heart of a dark, overgrown forest, someone set up a trail camera to catch glimpses of wildlife. But what the footage captured was far from ordinary. In one eerie frame, a woman in a flowing white dress appeared, standing still, staring straight into the lens. Stranger still, she seemed to have antlers growing from her head. Then, just 40 minutes later, she was gone, vanished without a trace. If this happened, it's the stuff of nightmares. But something about the photo feels off, too cinematic, too perfect. Maybe it was staged, or maybe we just weren't meant to understand what we saw. Just after midnight, a thunderous knock shattered the silence at a secluded countryside home. The family inside, uneasy from the timing, chose not to respond. The front gate was locked, like always. Wanting answers, they checked their security cameras. But oddly, no one had come to the door. Not once. Shrugging it off as a glitch or maybe a prank, they tried to go back to sleep. That's when their 3 dogs suddenly tensed, growled low, and then bolted toward the back of the house. Seconds later, the dogs came scrambling back, whimpering, frantic, clawing at the door, desperate to get in. Something had scared them. Badly. The homeowner stepped outside, scanning the yard, and that's when he saw it. A tall, shadowy figure, standing completely still at the tree line, unmoving, watching. He quickly unlocked his truck, triggering the lights to illuminate the area. But the figure didn't budge, not even an inch. So the question is, what or who was out there that night? A TikTok user recently shared chilling footage from a remote cabin in Oregon, one her sister had been renovating. But from the very beginning, something about the place felt wrong. Doors creaked open without reason, cold spots lingered in the air, and strange sounds echoed through empty rooms. Then came the moment that left viewers shaken. While sitting in her car just outside the cabin, the sister suddenly heard something unexpected. A landline phone ringing inside the supposedly empty house. Curious and unnerved, she pulled out her phone and started recording. What she captured next defied explanation.
So, there's nothing hanging there. What the fuck is that? It's creepy. It's gotta be something. I don't know what. What the fuck? It just fucking, what the fuck? What the That porch, like that's where the door, okay, that's the door. Right there. You see, it's black. There's nothing in the door. There's nothing in the door right now, anyway. This is the outside of one part of it. Yeah, this place is just, it's insane. Okay, so here's the end. Okay, everything scares me. It's getting dark and I don't like being even right here. Yeah, this is the inside. I mean, just look at, like, there's like, the sink is like 1950s. The stove is 1950s something. Yeah, this place is just, so it was a husband and wife who lived here. The husband died, I believe, first. I'm getting out of here. When it's in more daylight, I'll show you the inside better.
What is that? A dark figure glided across the upper balcony. Not a shadow, not a person. It moved too fluidly, too deliberately, like it was alive. Viewers quickly dubbed it a shadow figure. Some claimed it looked like a woman in black. But according to the uploader, no one else was there. The area was remote and the parking was limited. If anyone had shown up, they would have noticed. And she'd been alone all day. Inside, the cabin was frozen in time and just as disturbing. Rotting wood, a 1950s stove, and a sink straight out of a horror film. Old handwritten notes from someone named Emily were still lying around. According to local whispers, a married couple had once lived there. Both had died. The details? Murky at best. One clip shows the infamous doorway, the same one the figure appeared. To this day, no one knows what they saw on that balcony. So now we ask, who or what was watching them from above? One night, a farmer glanced out his window and spotted something unusual moving in the distance. Curious and uneasy, he reviewed the security footage, and what he saw sent a chill down his spine. A lone figure, draped in what looked like a long gown, was slowly gliding across his land. There was no flashlight, no source of light at all, and yet they navigated the pitch-black, uneven terrain with eerie ease, never stumbling, never hesitating. Who or what could move like that in total darkness? And more importantly, why were they there at all? While out on a family trip in Oregon, things took a terrifying turn. Just up ahead, someone suddenly stepped into the road, deliberately blocking their path. Instantly sensing danger, the driver didn't waste a second. They slammed the car into reverse and floored it. Tires screeched as they raced backward, barely escaping what could have been a deadly encounter. One moment of hesitation, and this story might have ended very differently. Thankfully, they got away, shaken, but safe. Jennifer and her friend were at a late-night party on the edge of a quiet Mexican town. As midnight passed, the music faded and their curiosity grew. They couldn't resist testing the old legend, the one locals whispered about for generations. A ghostly woman in white, forever roaming the roads, weeping in the dark. As the night grew quieter, nearby dogs suddenly began barking, restless and wild. Laughing nervously, Jennifer brushed it off until the barking grew louder and sharper, as if warning them. That's when she saw it.
Ay, mira, mira. Ay, no mames.
Ay, no. A ver, enfoca.
Es que se borra. Mira, lo acerco y se borra, mira. ¿Qué es?
Ay.
Uy, uy. No mames. Ay, no. Ay, no chingues.
¿Dónde?
Mira, 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 mira. Mira, 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 mira. Mira.
Uy, está gritando.
No mames.
No chingues. Mira, se perdió. Es que está oscuro. A ver. Mira, mira, se mira. Sí. Entre los... Pero se...
A pale figure, dressed in white, emerged from the shadows, motionless, haunting. And in the silence they heard it, a faint sound, soft and sorrowful. Someone crying. Was it just a trick of the night? Or had they come face to face with La Llorona? What started as a carefree monthly hike quickly spiraled into something far more chilling. The girls had paused on the trail, snapping photos, sharing laughs, just enjoying the moment for social media. But the mood shifted the second they resumed walking.
My girlfriends and I recently decided to start doing a group hike like once a month, just us girls. We stopped on the trail for about 5 minutes to get some content for social media. We were taking selfies, filming, laughing. We were having a great time, didn't think twice, and started to proceed on our trail. This is when my worst fear happened. As you can see, my girlfriend is filming and I clearly stop in my tracks and notice this man come out of the bush. He looked a little disoriented. He's wearing a hoodie. He was not a hiker. He was in jeans, no water, no backpack. He has his hands in his pockets. I immediately think of the Lakeland Riley case and I go into fight or flight. At this moment, my girlfriend stopped filming. You guys, I normally pack, and this day I decided not to, thinking I was safe with my 2 other girlfriends. Immediately, I get that gut feeling as he's approaching us, and I start talking about how my girlfriend's husband is behind us and how there are men waiting for us, and immediately I take a 180 on the trail. As soon as I turn around, I see another man come out of the bush behind us. We continued talking about the men that were waiting for us, and calmly but quickly made it back to the car. We were followed by the hoodie guy, but we did make it back safely, thank Jesus.
A man stood ahead on the path. He wasn't dressed like a hiker, and something about him felt wrong. Before they could make sense of it, another man stepped out from the trees behind them. No words were exchanged, just instinct. They bolted back to their car, hearts pounding, breath short, but safe. Still, one haunting thought lingered. What if they hadn't run? A family was hiking along a rugged trail in the Teton Range when nature turned on them in an instant.
Ow! Look at this hail! Oh my God, this is huge! Ow! Ow!
Without warning, the sky went dark, and a violent hailstorm exploded overhead. Chunks of ice pelted down like bullets, forcing the family to sprint for cover, but there was none in sight. Panic set in as the storm raged, each second feeling longer than the last. Thankfully, the hail passed as quickly as it came, and miraculously, everyone made it out unharmed. She was unwinding in her room, the house silent in the dead of night, until a strange sound echoed from the far side of the house. At first, she brushed it off. Probably her husband, right? But then it hit her. He wasn't even home tonight. The noise came again, louder this time, and closer. That's when the fear set in.
It's the middle of the night. Does anybody else have a problem when they wear these at night? Like, they don't stay on? Baby? She's not even home. Okay. Did y'all hear that? See what I mean? Can't even.
She wasn't alone. To this day, no one knows if it was an animal, an intruder, or something far more unsettling. The mystery remains. Around 7:21 a.m., while photographing the still waters of the Thames, a Reddit user's brother's partner, an experienced photographer, captured something eerie. In the image, a faint human-like figure appeared in the water. She was adamant that no one was there when she took the shot. Had there been, she wouldn't have even pressed the shutter. At first, the photographer thought it might just be a duck or a swan, but both she and her partner confirmed no birds, no people, nothing was there. And yet, the strange figure lingered in the photo, unexplained. While exploring a beach in Kauai, a Reddit user and their friend Amber stumbled upon something unexpected. Right where Amber was standing, the sand sloped down into what looked like a sharp corner, almost like the edge of a buried wall, or possibly even a door.
Cool, so at the edge where Amber's feet are though, kind of, it goes into a
Corner.
a what, Amber?
Corner.
Like a corner. So we don't know if it's like a door or what, but we haven't found the end of it. And all we have is that shovel.
And it's deep.
We have is that shovel in our hands, and it's taking a while. We're trying to see if we see any writing on it or something.
Nothing here.
We need a big ass shovel. But this is pretty cool though, I mean.
Yeah.
They couldn't find the end of it. All they had was a single shovel and determination. After hours of digging, the massive concrete structure still refused to reveal its bottom. As the sun began to set, they had to stop, leaving only a small part visible above the sand. No markings, no symbols, no clues, just a giant, mysterious object buried on the beach, its purpose and origin completely unknown. Got any theories? Drop them in the comments. We're dying to know what you think this could be. While hiking the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina, a woman paused to snap a quick photo of the morning fog illuminated by the rising sun. Everything seemed calm, quiet, even peaceful. But when she later looked at the picture, something chilling caught her eye. Through the mist, barely visible, was the silhouette of a figure standing alone on the trail. She was sure no one had been ahead of her. The path had been silent, deserted. So, who or what was out there that morning? This guy was exploring Pocahontas Forest, one of the most haunted places in America, infamous for its eerie history of vanishings and unsolved murders. While filming and talking about the forest, he suddenly got that spine-tingling sensation, like he wasn't alone. Then, it happened.
Algo hay aquí porque nomás de repente es un silencio total. ¿Oyeron? ¿Oyeron?
Right behind him, something, or someone, seemed to be moving in the trees. He never turned around. He never found out what was lurking out there that day. And honestly, maybe that's what saved him. Late one night, deep in the Appalachian region, a woman and her child were startled by strange, unexplainable sounds echoing from their yard.
I just heard some really strange noises outside, so I'm just gonna take a quick look. I live in Appalachia, so this is probably not a great idea. What is that? I don't even know. I guess I'll just take a quick look.
Curiosity tugged at her, but caution lingered in her mind. Still, she grabbed her phone and stepped outside. At first, nothing seemed out of place. But then, something caught her eye. The air around her felt heavy, like it was holding its breath.
I don't even know. I guess I'll just take a quick look.
Where did that skull go?
There's a skull there? Oh my gosh. What the hell? Why is there a skull here? Hello? Hello? Oh my gosh, I gotta get back inside.
Without waiting to learn more, she bolted back inside, slammed the door, and locked it tight. Had someone deliberately placed the skull there to scare her? Or was something far more sinister unfolding in the shadows of the Appalachians that night? While hiking deep in the mountains, this person stumbled upon something truly chilling, a forgotten clearing hidden far from any trail, filled with weathered graves dating back to the 1800s. Even more disturbing, most of the headstones belonged to children. Why were these graves placed in such a remote, isolated spot? And what tragic event could have claimed the lives of so many young souls all at once? While hiking the Appalachian Trail, a Reddit user stumbled upon something truly bizarre, a pair of wings, likely from a pileated woodpecker, tied together with fishing line. They weren't just discarded on the forest floor, they were fastened to a pine cone and wedged carefully into the trunk of a tree. It didn't feel like a random discovery. It felt deliberate. Was it part of some strange ritual? A warning left behind? The mystery was as unsettling as it was fascinating. While cruising through a forest trail on his bike, this man stumbled into something straight out of a nightmare, a booby trap.
Sérieux, une herse accrochée à un arbre, mais c'est quoi ce bordel? Ah putain, regardez-moi cette installation de fou, sérieux. Et merde! Non! Me dis pas que je suis filmé! Ah putain, allez, heureusement que j'ai toujours mes petits gadgets avec moi. Hop là! Viens par là, toi. Voilà, ça t'apprendra à me filmer. Putain. Sérieux, mais faut vraiment être un fou pour faire ce genre de piège. Hein. Putain. Bon, je vais vite couper ça. Ça évitera que quelqu'un d'autre se le prenne. Tic. Voilà. Là, tu me feras plus chier. Ah. Oh putain. Allez.
Deliberately set up right on the path. The big question is, why would someone do this? Some believe he may have unknowingly ridden onto private property, and the trap was a cruel way to keep bikers out. That theory alone is chilling. Others think it was all staged for internet clout, a viral stunt gone too far. Let's hope that's the case, because sadly, this isn't the first time something this unsettling has happened in the woods. A Reddit user recently recounted a chilling experience from their friend's remote home in the Appalachian Mountains. A man had been staying there when things took a strange turn. For 3 nights in a row, at exactly 3:18 a.m., there were 3 distinct knocks on the front door each time, without fail. The dogs would erupt in a frenzy, barking at something unseen. And then, just as suddenly, everything would go dead silent. An overwhelming sense of being watched crept in, lingering even during the day. On the 3rd night, his friend decided to snap a photo outside. When they adjusted the lighting, the image didn't offer much clarity, but one thing was certain. There was something out there. Something watching. Something waiting. But what was it? Adrian Montenegro. 02 thought he was just capturing a wholesome family moment during a trip to the mountains near Monterrey, Mexico. The video shows a peaceful scene, someone gently swinging surrounded by nature. But when the family watched the footage later, they noticed something chilling. In the background, a pale, human-like figure can be seen lurking near the tree line, barely moving, almost like it was watching them, or hiding. Since the clip was posted, viewers have gone wild with theories. Some are convinced it's a skinwalker straight out of native folklore, while others believe it might just be a recluse or homeless person living off-grid. So what do you see an eerie legend come to life, or something more explainable? 4 friends ventured into the heart of a dense forest, drawn once again to a crumbling, long-abandoned castle, a place where, on a past visit, strange and chilling events had already shaken them. But this time, they came prepared. Flashlights in hand, cameras rolling, and a cross tucked into a backpack. Just in case. The moment they crossed the threshold, everything changed. The air turned heavy, almost suffocating, pressing down on their chests. Goosebumps raced across their skin as a cold shiver snaked down each spine. They laughed it off at first, nervous jokes masking the growing tension, but something was undeniably wrong. As they explored the dark, echoing halls, the atmosphere thickened. Their unease turned to dread. Later, while reviewing the stairwell footage, they spotted what they'd missed in the moment. A shadowy figure lurking just beyond the corner. Watching. Still, they pressed on, determined to reach the attic. That's when the whispers began. A woman's voice, soft and clear, drifting through the air like it was meant only for them. Shaken but alive, they made their way back to the car, only to glance back one final time. And there, staring from an attic window, were glowing yellow eyes, horned, unblinking, and burning through the darkness. They ran, fast. None of them have ever returned. And to this day, they still wonder, what did they really see in that castle? While wandering through the lonely back roads of West Texas, a man stumbled upon a sight that sent chills down his spine. In the distance, standing dead still on a deserted lease road, was a mysterious figure draped in a long white gown. Something about it felt deeply wrong, unnatural. As he cautiously approached, the figure vanished right before his eyes, dissolving into the air without a trace. It wasn't a statue. It wasn't a person. So what was it? While out walking his dog in the remote Appalachian woods near his home, a Reddit user stumbled upon something deeply unsettling. Driven by curiosity, he brought it back with him, but the stench was unbearable, and he quickly tossed it before his dog could get too close. Probably a wise move, because whatever it was didn't just smell foul, it looked evil. Was it some form of witchcraft, or something even darker? A few years back, a Reddit user took a peaceful solo stroll along the beach under the glow of a full moon. The night felt calm, serene, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But just recently, while revisiting a photo from that evening, they spotted something chilling. In the bottom right corner of the image lurked a dark, humanoid figure. The user swears no one else was nearby. Still, as unsettling as it is, there's always that slim chance it was just another person, right? A group of fishermen were stunned when they discovered a man calmly perched on a small floating patch in the middle of the ocean off the coast of Belize. Despite being stranded in a life-or-death situation, he radiated an eerie sense of calm as if he had all the time in the world. There were no signs of panic, no cries for help, just quiet composure in the face of danger. How he ended up there remains a mystery, but his surreal stillness is what truly left everyone speechless. Thankfully, rescuers reached him in time and brought him back to safety. But one question lingers. Who was this man? A family was enjoying a peaceful day by the shore, snapping a photo of their daughter to capture the moment. But when they looked at the picture, something was off. Behind her stood a strange, pitch-black shadow, unnaturally dark, with no clear source and nothing nearby that could have cast it. It wasn't just eerie, it felt wrong. A camera glitch or something far more unsettling. Back in 2022, a Reddit user posted a chilling photo from a fog-covered beach in Cape Cod. The image captured what looked like a figure rising straight out of the misty ocean and into the sky. It wasn't just fog or a weird lighting effect. It looked human, almost supernatural, too clear to be a coincidence. So what was it? A trick of the light, pareidolia, or something else entirely? During a chilling paranormal investigation at one of the most infamous haunted sites, something truly unsettling occurred. Out of nowhere, a metal rod levitated into the air, then crashed to the floor. It happened just behind the medium, sending a wave of shock through the entire team. Without wasting a second, they raced upstairs to check the footage, eager to uncover the truth. Was it just coincidence, or had a spirit just revealed itself? While out on a trip, this man checked his trail camera and what he found was chilling. For 3 nights straight, a tall, thin white figure appeared in the footage. The strangest part? The dogs didn't react at all. No barking, no growling, nothing. If it were a person or even an animal, wouldn't they have gone crazy? There was no pole, no tree, nothing that could have cast such a shape. So what was it? Paranormal activity or just an eerie trick of the light? You decide. While hiking through the eerie silence of Bell Island, Newfoundland, a place known for its long-abandoned iron ore mines, a traveler captured a series of photos. At first glance, everything looked normal, but later, one image brought them to a dead stop. In the frame stood a mysterious figure, appearing to wear an old miner's helmet, light and all. It wasn't a blur, it wasn't a bug, and according to the hiker, they were completely alone when the photo was taken. Could it have been another visitor hidden from view? A trick of sunlight through the trees? Or something else entirely, something that never left the mines? There's no second photo to double-check. No way to go back. Just that lingering, skin-prickling feeling that whatever it was, it didn't want to be forgotten. While walking along an old, abandoned railroad track with her brother and his girlfriend's family, a woman snapped a simple photo. But when she looked at it later, something chilling caught her eye. In the top right corner of the image, several shadowy figures appeared that looked like they were walking straight toward the group. No one remembered seeing anyone else out there. And these figures? They weren't just eerie, they looked wrong, dark, distorted, and not human. A backpacker once shared a chilling video from the DeSoto mine in Arizona, calling it the creepiest place they'd ever explored.
I really hope it's not my eyes playing with me, but
At the time, all they could hear was the steady drip of water echoing through the empty tunnels. But when they reviewed the footage later, they were stunned to hear something else. The unmistakable sound of footsteps on wood in a place that was completely deserted. That eerie moment was enough to make them turn back, cutting their exploration short as the mine's unsettling vibe grew too intense to ignore. Back in 2003, Jay had a photo snapped by a friend during a visit to Pyramid Lake. Years later, while looking through old memories, they noticed something chilling, which appears to be the faint figure of a little girl in the background. Some swear it's evidence of something paranormal, especially considering Pyramid Lake's long-standing reputation for eerie happenings. Others brush it off as a trick of the light or a camera glitch. But the figure is so eerily clear, so human, that it's hard not to ask, was it just a coincidence? While hiking through a remote, unfamiliar forest, a backpacker stumbled upon something utterly baffling.
Привет, парни, я тут в шоке. Решил прогуляться по территории. Посмотрите, какой забор. Вот это забор. Я просто в ахуе. Сейчас покажу еще. Вот это забор. Вон он кончается. И вон там кончается. Вон угол.
A massive wall rising out of the wilderness with no warning, no signs, and no explanation. It seemed to stretch endlessly, untouched by time or reason. Just the sight of it sent chills down his spine, reminding many online of something straight out of the Truman Show. What was its purpose? Who built it? Why here, in the middle of nowhere? The mystery has ignited wild speculation, and if we only knew its exact location, we might finally uncover the truth behind this eerie enigma. Back in 2012 or 2013, a group of friends decided to add a little thrill to their Halloween by joining a ghost tour at the historic and notoriously haunted Concordia Cemetery. At one point during the tour, they stopped to snap a group photo. Their guide kindly offered to take the shot while they posed ahead under the eerie glow of the cemetery lights. That night, as they reviewed the pictures back at home, One friend's sister noticed something that made her blood run cold. In the background of their group photo was a shadowy figure wearing a hat, seemingly strolling right past them. The strange part? No one had seen anyone near them when the photo was taken. Terrified, she demanded they leave immediately. And when she showed the picture to the rest of the group, their excitement quickly turned to dread. From that night on, they made a pact. No more ghost tours. Was it just a random person they somehow didn't notice? Or did they unknowingly capture something far more chilling, something not meant to be seen? In 2014, two young women set out on the treacherous Kalalau Trail in Hawaii, unaware of the ordeal that awaited them. Midway through the hike, the weather took a dangerous turn. Rain poured down, flooding the trail and making the terrain slick and perilous. With no phone service and rising rivers blocking their path, they were forced to brave the night in the heart of the jungle. Just when hope seemed to fade, the distant thump of a helicopter echoed through the trees. Miraculously, the rescuers spotted the white towels the women had hung up to dry as an improvised signal that saved their lives. They were airlifted to safety, a powerful reminder that preparation and quick thinking can mean the difference between disaster and rescue in the wild. While exploring the infamous Zombie Road alone, a man couldn't shake the eerie feeling that he was being watched. This stretch of road has long been shrouded in dark legends, once home to an orphanage that tragically burned down in the early 1900s. Many believe the spirits of the children who perished in that fire still linger there, and countless visitors have reported chilling encounters with ghostly figures. As the sun began to set, the man decided to snap a photo of the fading light filtering through the trees. But this was before digital cameras, so he wouldn't see what he captured until the film was developed days later. When he finally did, his blood ran cold because staring back at him were shadowy shapes that looked an awful lot like children. Could this be proof that the lost souls of Zombie Road are still watching? TikTok user Tia Langley and her friends decided to explore using the mysterious Randonautica app, which led them to an eerie, abandoned location. Tia filmed the entire adventure, but things took a chilling turn fast. Take a look.
What? Are your brights on? Can you turn your brights on? Oh shit, so there's like a big pool of water over there. Yeah, don't go over there. Just stay here. Don't move. Should we get out? Yeah, we should. Holy fucking shit! Go! Stop, just go, just leave. Go, 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 go! Oh my god! That was someone on the other side! That was someone on the other I don't know where to get out of here. Slow down, go that way, 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 go that way.
In part 2 of the video, the terrifying truth unfolded. A group of men suddenly appeared out of nowhere, slamming on the car doors and chasing the group in a heart-pounding scene. Trapped in a truly unsettling situation, Tia and her friends were left shaken, haunted by one question: what would have happened if they had stepped out of the car? On July 2nd, 2020, what started as an ordinary drive for Chisa quickly took a chilling turn.
Padre cielo que estás en lo nuestro.
While trailing another car, something strange caught their eye. A mysterious figure with glowing eyes seemed to be peering out from the trunk. Gripped by curiosity and unease, Kisa instinctively pulled out their phone and started recording, desperate to capture the eerie sight. As the video came to a close, a distressed sound, presumably from Kisa, echoed through, hinting at the fear and confusion they felt in that moment. Since then, the video has gone viral, sparking countless theories online. But despite all the speculation, the truth behind what Kisa saw remains a haunting mystery. YouTuber Michael Luzzi recently revisited Split Rock Road in New Jersey, a place where he once had a chilling encounter. As he stood in the eerie silence of the woods, something caught his eye.
For here, so. Oh, what is that light?
Oh, there's a light over there.
Yo, what the hell? What is that? Yo! Yo! Oh, nah. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna go down here real quick and see what is down here.
Two mysterious lights appeared, one hovering high in the trees, the other closer to the ground. They moved in strange, unnatural ways, almost as if they were alive. Then, things took an even darker turn.
Literally standing right there, 370Z. I'm literally sitting there like this, just chilling, and then something behind me, I don't know. That noise is coming from over here more. That noise is literally coming from somewhere over here.
I really want to know what it is.
I don't know, that noise is definitely coming from over here somewhere. Oh, so what the fuck? Look at that!
That's that person. That's the person from last. Go. Get out of here, Bob.
Go, just dip. I don't know what the hell that was, bro.
Out of the shadows, a faint figure began to take shape. It looked like a person only, not quite. Terrified, Lucy bolted back to his car, heart pounding, unsure of what he'd just seen. To this day, the ghostly lights and the shadowy figure remain a disturbing mystery. While combing through footage from his trail cam, a Virginia hunter discovered something chilling and eerie. An almost translucent figure that resembles either a ghostly child or some unknown creature stalking the forest. Some skeptics chalk it up to moonlight playing tricks on the lens, but others? They're not so sure. Is this spine-tingling image actual proof of the paranormal? Or just a creepy coincidence captured at the perfect moment? While walking down an abandoned road in rural Japan, something strange suddenly caught his eye.
Okay, that's weird, right? Why is it moving?
Yeah. Can we go? Why is it doing
You guys not see that down there?
What?
Right
Shut
there.
up. I'm not gonna look.
There's nothing.
Okay, why is it still moving?
Can we go? I'm legitimately running and getting out of here. I don't understand. I'm gonna look this up. And
Oh, maybe there's something. Wait.
Yeah,
Still, no, it's not. It's cut there, so they shouldn't be, right? I don't know.
It wasn't windy. The forest was dead still, except for that one tree shifting unnaturally, like it was alive. He pulled out his phone to look it up. Nothing made sense. The movement didn't stop. Some nearby locals later said they'd never seen anything like it. Ever. One theory points to Kodama, ancient tree spirits from Japanese folklore said to dwell in strong, sacred forests. Others say it could be something more scientific, like unique oscillation frequencies or shifting roots triggered by subtle seismic tremors, which are common in Japan. But given how close they were to the infamous Aokigahara forest, known for its chilling past and eerie silence, no theory brought much comfort. The image of that lone twitching tree among a forest of stillness was enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Would you have kept walking? After a car accident, a man snapped a quick photo to document the damage. But when he later brightened the image to get a clearer look, he saw something that made his blood run cold. Sitting in the driver's seat, clear as day, was a terrifying figure with glowing eyes and a monstrous, twisted face. The image sent chills down the spines of those who saw it. Many believe it wasn't just a trick of the light, but a sinister spirit, perhaps even the cause of the crash. Strangely, this isn't the first time eerie entities have been spotted inside wrecked cars, leading some to wonder, are these supernatural forces hiding in plain sight waiting to strike? Allie stood exactly where they had buried the doll, Mary. The air was suffocating, thick with something unnatural, and there she was, Mary.
No way. Bro. There's like overgrowth on her and everything. She's right there. Mary's right there. Patty. What does that mean? What does Patty mean? She's gonna say one more thing and I'm getting out of here. Like, I don't feel safe here.
Her porcelain face peeked out from a blanket of overgrown weeds, as if the earth itself had tried and failed to silence her. She hadn't moved, yet somehow she was watching. Then came the whisper, Patty. Allie froze. That name. He didn't recognize it. Who was Patty? He glanced down. The soil was no longer untouched. It was torn, scraped, like something had clawed its way up from underneath. And just beneath the wind, a chilling sound floated into the background of the footage. Soft, echoing laughter. A child's cry. Faint, haunting. Ally didn't hear it clearly, but deep down, he knew. Mary wasn't finished, and this time, he had to end her. For good. Silent 9mm posted a photo that's blowing minds. A gigantic footprint his mom found on their roof. The print, with 4 huge toes and an unusually large size, instantly sparked Bigfoot rumors. But here's the twist. Even if it were human, who walks barefoot on a roof? And the weirdest part? There was only one footprint. Just a single, massive step, and nothing else. On December 24th, 2024, Reddit user +song2293 posted a captivating video that quickly stirred up a storm of curiosity. The footage shows a glowing orb gliding low over the mountains of Cali, Colombia, shimmering with lights as it moves through the sky.
Mire Isa, mírelo acá, rápido, mírelo acá.
While some viewers dismissed it as a half-deflated mylar balloon catching the sunlight just right, others weren't so sure, sparking speculation that it might be something far more mysterious. Known for its breathtaking landscapes, Cali has now found itself at the center of the latest UFO buzz. While hiking deep in an isolated forest, one man stumbled upon a spine-chilling sight, scattered bones on the ground, with a single shoe still attached, giving the disturbing impression of human remains. But here's where it gets even creepier. The person who posted the photo never mentioned alerting the authorities, and no follow-up was ever shared. The eerie setting and total radio silence only fuel the mystery. But take a closer look, and something doesn't sit right. Are these human bones? Or did someone stage a cruel hoax, stuffing animal bones into a shoe just to terrify unsuspecting hikers? While caving with a group, one man found himself trapped in a terrifying predicament. The partner managed to pull him out, saving him just in the nick of time. After a peaceful day of fishing, the man decided to stop by a nearby public restroom, but the moment he stepped inside, something jolted him.
Yo, what the f- What the? Bro. There's nobody in here.
The place was empty. Not a soul in sight. Just silence. He stood frozen, heart pounding. That scream he just heard, it was real. Too loud, too clear to be a trick of the mind, and yet, no one was there. A guy went out magnet fishing one afternoon expecting the usual pile of rusty junk, and for the most part, that's exactly what he got. But then, something strange surfaced. He dragged up an old knife, still tucked inside its weathered sheath, like it hadn't seen daylight in decades. Creepy, but nothing compared to what came next. On his final toss, he reeled in what looked like an ordinary stick, until he saw what was tied to it. A disturbingly lifelike doll, its face covered in needles, like some kind of twisted voodoo ritual piece. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, there was a small, transparent bag fastened to the doll's back. He had no idea what it was, but the whole thing gave him chills. Uneasy and spooked, he packed up and left in a hurry, only to realize he'd wandered into a nearby cemetery, alone, lost, and more terrified than ever. Thankfully, after what felt like forever, he managed to find his way out. TikToker Carter Booth and his friend thought they were alone on their camping trip until they reviewed their footage. Hidden among the rocks, two mysterious figures were silently watching them. The eerie discovery left them deeply unsettled, shattering their sense of safety in the wild. In 2011, two campers were soaking in the beauty of Colorado's wilderness on what seemed like a perfect sunny day. But their peaceful trek took a terrifying turn when loud, unexplained banging sounds suddenly echoed around them. They froze, scanning the landscape for the source, but no matter where they looked, there was nothing. As if the mysterious noises weren't unsettling enough, just moments later, a massive earthquake rocked Colorado. It left everyone wondering, were those eerie sounds a chilling warning of what was about to come? A hunter in Pennsylvania set up a trail camera deep in the woods behind his van, hoping to catch footage of the local wildlife. But when he reviewed the footage later, he was horrified by what he saw. Instead of deer or raccoons, a lone figure dressed in a clown costume emerged from the darkness in the dead of night. Thankfully, the hunter wasn't harmed, but the chilling encounter nearly scared him out of his wits. TikToker Joe Fells, known for surprising his wife with adventurous trips, planned a remote camping getaway, but things took a terrifying turn.
Dodge Explorer.
Huh? What? What?
What is that?
What the fuck?
That was not there last night.
Nah, that shit wasn't here last night. We pulled up here. I come over here and set up this solar thing last night.
In the middle of the night, they discovered a rock placed next to their van, scrawled with the chilling message, "I will kill again." Shaken, they called the Forest Service, but got passed to the sheriff's office. Even the police seemed unsure how to handle it. While seeking help, they ran into a strange local who ominously hinted that nobody does anything out here without my approval, and he wasn't happy someone freelanced. Despite their fear, Felds and his wife returned to grab the rock, only to find another camper at their old spot. They warned him, and luckily, he was armed and unbothered. Before leaving, they thoroughly checked their van for hidden trackers, just in case they were being watched. What started as a simple trip turned into a real-life horror story. Sam recently shared jaw-dropping footage of a gorilla troop wandering into a human camp. With their heart pounding, a wildlife photographer managed to capture every intricate detail from the gorilla's curious expressions to their fascinating interactions. It's 1:40 in the morning and two friends are cruising down a deserted road. The darkness around them so thick the trees lining the sides are barely visible. Suddenly, something stirs in the shadows. Curious and a little uneasy, they pull over and aim their headlights into the woods.
I love cruising through here. Going through the canyon. Yo, what the fuck?
Hey, I see some
Thought I saw some shit. Nah, are you kidding me? Nah, nigga. Should we check it out? Nah.
Fucking make a right homie. Let's just see
Wait,
what's
what
up.
the
I
fuck?
see something over there.
Thought I saw something too. Let's see if I can get it on camera. Whoa, what the fuck? Yo, can you see that shit too?
That's a witch, nigga. That's still be
Hey, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck is that shit, nigga? Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck?
Out here, nigga. I'm not trying to get possessed.
At first, there's nothing, just silence and empty trees. But then, a figure slowly steps out from the dry brush, cloaked in black, hunched over, and clutching what looks like a walking stick. It creeps forward. One of the friends nervously jokes it might be a witch. Whether it's a twisted prank or something far stranger, one thing's clear. There's no good reason anyone should be wandering out here, alone, in the dead of night. Two friends shove a massive boulder off a cliff, expecting it to plunge straight down. Meanwhile, their third friend waits below, camera in hand, ready to capture the moment. But things take a terrifying turn.
Come on, you pussies! Oh shit! Oh! Oh! Holy shit!
Instead of falling straight, the boulder veers straight toward him. He has no time to move. Somehow, against all odds, he survives, but it's pure, heart-stopping luck. In May 2014, Malcolm Fox was enjoying a camping trip in Somerset West, South Africa, when he decided to hop on his bike for a casual ride. But what was supposed to be a peaceful outing quickly turned into a nightmare. After taking a wrong turn, Fox suddenly found himself face to face with danger.
That's all I got on me. I promise. That's all I got on me, I promise you. I won't mess around, I swear.
Footage from his GoPro captured the chilling moment. A man approached him aggressively, demanding that he hand over everything he had, but the robbers weren't finished. One thief made off with his bike while another frisked him at knife point, searching for anything else of value. What the attackers didn't realize, however, was that the entire encounter was being recorded. They never noticed the small GoPro on Fox's helmet. Thanks to the clear video evidence, authorities were able to track down and arrest the suspects. And remarkably, all of Fox's belongings were returned to him. A man walks alone down a deserted path, the trees closing in around him. Suddenly, he freezes, or someone is standing in the distance. Without warning, a blood-curdling scream rips through the air. Some viewers claim the scream sounds fake, but that doesn't explain the chilling presence of the white figure lurking ahead. A Reddit user recently shared a chilling photo taken during a camping trip in the forest, claiming to have captured the elusive Mothman. The eerie image shows a dark, shadowy figure silhouetted against a bright sky, sparking heated debates among users. Some argue it's just an optical illusion or a case of pareidolia, while others are convinced it could be the real deal, a rare sighting of the mythical creature. While camping in Turkey, a group of friends stumbled upon something chilling. From the top of a distant hill, an eerie figure emerged, casting a haunting silhouette against the landscape.
Ahmet sakın şu an her yerde çıkabilir, her an çıkabilir. Allah sanda. Bir dakika. Nerede? Yukarıda. Tamam gördüm. Gördüm bir dakika bak. Gördüm. Boynuzlara bak. Tamam işte. Ahmet bu boynuzlu şeş yapar bu Ahmet. Boynuzlu şeş yapar. Burayı koruyan boynuzlu şeş yapar, bu çok güçlü. Çok güçlü Ahmet, sakın panik yapma bak. Bak Başına büyük bir sıkıntı gelebilir. Sakın panik yapma bak. Görüyor musun? Şu an bize bakıyor. Ve şimdi bu neydi öyle? Çıktı bu ortaya. Bu tılsımla çıktı ortaya. Ama çok güçlü Ahmet. Var mı başka yerde?
As the video captures the unsettling sight, viewers can't help but wonder, is this a demonic entity lurking in the shadows, or could it simply be an animal? The mystery continues to send shivers down the spine. Jake Chairs recently turned to the internet for help unraveling a mystery. During a family camping trip, a relative snapped a photo of Jake walking up a hill, but when they looked closer, they noticed something chilling. Right beside him were two transparent figures trailing closely behind. Jake insists no one else was around, and at the time, nothing felt out of the ordinary. So, what exactly did the camera capture? While the family was enjoying a stay at their cabin in California, their trail camera captured something chilling. As the homeowner rummaged through the trunk of his car, a ghostly figure emerged from the woods behind him. The figure, eerily human-like, crept closer, crouched low behind the car, and then vanished without a trace. Unaware of the haunting presence just feet away, the homeowner carried on as if nothing had happened. It wasn't until he reviewed the footage later that night that the true horror sank in and it left him shaken. A group of friends was enjoying a camping trip when they decided to take a swim in the ocean. At first, everything seemed perfectly normal, just another refreshing dip. But suddenly, panic broke out on the shore. His friends started frantically shouting for him to get out fast. They had spotted something he hadn't. Confused and scared, he swam harder, desperate to reach safety. That's when he saw it. A massive shark gliding through the water just feet away from him. Miraculously, he made it out unharmed, but it was a swim he would never forget. Lucky Beautiful Tafunton83 recently shared a chilling experience from a haunted house tour at Plasteg in North Wales. While exploring the Eerie estate with her cousin and father, she kept her phone at the ready, hoping to capture any supernatural activity. Suddenly, through her camera lens, she spotted a pale figure lurking behind a tree, causing her to freeze in terror. But when she looked up with her own eyes, the figure had vanished without a trace. She also noted that the road outside the mansion has a dark reputation, often linked to strange hauntings and a string of car accidents, fueled by the legend of the Grey Lady. Although Plasteg is now closed to the public, she admits she's still eager and a little nervous to return to the haunted grounds. A Reddit user, curious but skeptical, decided to camp overnight at the infamous Skinwalker Ranch, a hotspot for paranormal activity. Even during the day, they couldn't shake an eerie feeling that clung to the air. But as night fell, the tension thickened. Suddenly, they heard branches snapping just outside their tent. Grabbing their phone to use as a flashlight, they caught a glimpse of something unsettling lurking at the edge of the darkness. The chilling sounds and shadowy figure were enough to send them packing in a panic. Did they come face to face with something not of this world? While on a camping trip, Reddit user Devour Hearts shared a photo that left their family stunned. Their parents had been driving along gravel roads, frequently stopping to snap shots of anything that caught their eye. One photo revealed something chilling, a white silhouette of a woman standing near a barn, At first glance, it looked like an overexposed figure captured by accident. But according to the Redditor, no one was there when the photo was. Olive for Life recently took a solo trip to the infamous Hampstead House in Connecticut, and what they captured has left the internet buzzing. In the photo, a faint, eerie figure can be seen, sparking debate. Is it a genuine ghost sighting or just a clever camera trick? Given Hampstead House's long-standing reputation for ghost stories, the image feels all the more chilling. Some viewers are convinced it's real proof of the supernatural, while skeptics argue it's just an illusion. As for Olive, they believe they may have photographed the spirit of a young colonial girl still lingering within the historic home. While hiking on Vashon Island, this man stumbled upon something truly bizarre. A tree that had grown around an abandoned bicycle. Over the years, the tree slowly swallowed the bike, lifting it high off the ground as it expanded. Imagine how incredible it would have been to watch a time-lapse of nature's slow but unstoppable takeover. While hiking near an old cemetery in Indonesia, a man decided to set up a trail camera, hoping to catch some wildlife. But when he later reviewed the footage, he found something he couldn't explain. In the dead of night, a strange figure dressed in white emerged, gliding eerily through the darkness. Without warning, it paused, then shot straight up into the sky, disappearing in an instant. Some swear it was a ghost, while others dismiss it as an elaborate hoax. Yet to this day, no one has been able to explain what happened that night. It was just past 3 a.m. when Reddit user Leonard Blay was abruptly woken by unsettling noises echoing outside his remote cabin. At first, he couldn't quite place it. Some claimed it sounded like a fox, while others swore it resembled a woman screaming. Maybe it was just a fox, but alone, deep in the woods, and in the dead silence of night, that sound took on a whole new level of terrifying. While hiking a jungle trail, a woman captured a fun little video for Instagram, completely unaware of the danger lurking just behind her. As she smiled at the camera, a snake silently slithered out from the bushes. Luckily, she stayed calm without even realizing it, which kept the snake from feeling threatened. Things could have taken a terrifying turn, but she got incredibly lucky. From the looks of it, she didn't notice a thing, only discovering the close call later when she rewatched the footage. Talk about a wild surprise. Tom was casually using the Randonautica app when it led him to a half-built, abandoned construction site. Intrigued but uneasy, he decided to step inside, curious about why the app had brought him there. The place was silent, empty, and unsettling.
This. So guys, at this point, I was not sure why it brought me here. I was just exploring the whole site. I was like, okay, whatever, this app's probably rigged, I don't know. Let's see what happens, and then here's where it goes totally wrong.
Right. What if it's brought me just like a brick? It's brought me here just like a brick, I don't even know.
Nothing felt right. He turned to leave until he heard something. A strange noise, muffled, close, and not natural.
Yo, what? Yo, what the fuck?
Out of nowhere, a man in a dark hoodie charged at him, swinging a sledgehammer like a maniac. Panic exploded through Tom. He bolted, heart pounding, legs pumping, barely dodging the crazed man's attack. Once he finally made it to safety, Tom hit record on his phone again, his hands still shaking. A peaceful walk turned into a heart-pounding close call for a few locals in Qianwei County, Sichuan, China. As they strolled along the hillside, something didn't feel right. Then they saw it. The ground began to shift. Acting on instinct, they ran for their lives, and just seconds later, a cascade of rocks thundered down behind them. Miraculously, no one was hurt. Days of heavy rain had likely set the stage for the landslide, and what could have been a tragic disaster turned into an incredible stroke of luck. A man was deep in the forest when he stumbled upon an old, abandoned house. As he filmed the eerie surroundings, a chilling sound broke the silence, which sounded like a baby crying. Curious but on edge, he cautiously followed the sound. But with every step he took, the crying seemed to move farther away, almost like it was leading him somewhere. The deeper he went, the heavier the atmosphere became. Was this a trap? A prank? Or something far more disturbing? Some believe it might have been a lyrebird, an Australian bird known for perfectly mimicking almost any sound, even human voices. After quickly checking the house and finding nothing, a wave of unease washed over him. He turned back, leaving the place behind, haunted by the thought, what if it were a real baby? Or worse, something pretending to be one. So what do you think? A lost child? A lyrebird? Or something supernatural? Late one night, a security camera outside a remote forest home captured something truly unsettling. The footage, later posted on Reddit by the shocked homeowner, shows a mysterious figure in a flowing white dress slowly moving past a fence. But here's the eerie part. She doesn't walk. She glides. Moments later, she vanishes into the darkness. Viewers were quick to draw chilling comparisons to the ghostly legend of La Llorona. And if that's who it was, you'd better steer clear of any nearby water. Whether it was a person, spirit, or something far stranger, one thing's for sure, it didn't belong there. While out on a hike, this person suddenly froze, face to face with something straight out of a nightmare. Towering before them stood a massive maned wolf, its unnaturally long legs and piercing stare locking them in place. For a moment, it didn't even seem real. Some say it looked more like a creature from legend, eerily similar to the infamous chupacabra. These beasts are lightning fast, capable of hitting 30 mamatuars and leaping over 6 feet in a single bound. Rarely seen, never forgotten, this was an encounter that will haunt them for the rest of their life. A motion-activated trail camera was set up in Medoc Mountain State Park near Littleton, North Carolina, an area already steeped in Bigfoot legends, complete with its local museum. For days, the camera recorded the usual wildlife, but on August 8, 2024, things took a bizarre turn. Twice, a large humanoid figure wandered past the lens. The image was slightly blurred by dew, but the silhouette didn't match any known animal. Some say it was just a hunter passing through, but others are convinced the legendary creature finally made an appearance. Bigfoot? Maybe. One thing's for sure, no one has the answer. While exploring the infamous Missouri State Penitentiary's death row with his dad, a Reddit user had an encounter that would leave anyone questioning reality. As they ventured deeper into the eerie halls, the user snapped some photos of his dad. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, but in the first image, a faint, shadowy figure appears near the top of the stairs, a detail that might go unnoticed at first glance. However, the second photo sends chills down the spine. A woman who wasn't there before is seen walking behind the dad. The third photo reveals her again, standing right behind him, as if she's been following them the whole time. What's even more unnerving is that the dad later confessed his legs gave out when they reached the end of the walk, an odd coincidence that seems to be captured in the final photo. So, who or what was with them that day? While responding to a comment from a follower, a TikToker casually filmed herself, completely unaware of the chilling scene unfolding behind her.
Yo nunca he sentido que me parezco a Dua Lipa, pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos a Dua Lipa. Y es que muchísima gente me dice que me parezco a la Dua Lipa del 2018 más o menos, que tiene como el cabello cortito, y me puse a ver fotos y nada que ver.
Through the cabin window, a lifeless figure with cold, dead eyes stood eerily still, watching her every move. She continued chatting and filming, oblivious to the terrifying presence in the background. It wasn't until later, when she reviewed the footage, that she realized the horrifying truth. What did she do when she discovered it? That's a story you won't want to miss. While wandering through Fairview Lawn Cemetery, the final resting place of over 100 Titanic victims, this man snapped a few casual photos, but one of them would prove to be anything but ordinary. Upon closer inspection, a ghostly face appears in the frame, something he hadn't noticed at the time. It wasn't until later, while reviewing the shots, that he realized what he had unknowingly captured. Was it simply an eerie play of light and shadow, or was there something far more mysterious at work? While reviewing his trail camera footage, Reddit user Moloch996 stumbled upon something chilling. At 5 a.m., on a summer morning in early July, a barefoot woman was seen wandering alone in the dark, aimlessly moving through a remote area with no trails in sight. She stayed in the camera's view for nearly 30 minutes, visibly distressed, seemingly lost, fleeing, or in danger. Theories began to flood in. Was she struggling with a mental health crisis, under the influence, or was something far more sinister at play, like human trafficking? No concrete evidence pointed to foul play, but one thing was clear. There was an unsettling, eerie feeling about this sighting that left more questions than answers. One Reddit user had an unsettling experience when they woke up in their Airbnb one morning to find a massive snowman standing just outside. The catch? There had been less than a foot of snowfall recently, yet the snowman towered at least 5 feet tall. Even more bizarre, there were no footprints, no disturbances in the snow, nothing to suggest anyone had even been out there. One commenter tossed out the idea that fresh snowfall could have covered any tracks, but that still didn't explain how this eerie, oversized snowman appeared out of nowhere. So, what's the real story behind this creepy mystery? While reviewing footage from his security camera, a property owner spotted something that sent chills down his spine. At first, it looked like a person, but the longer he stared, the more off-putting it seemed. The figure had an eerie, unnatural presence that made him question what he was seeing. Desperate for answers, he shared the footage with a paranormal community, and the reactions were mixed. Some insisted it was a ghost, pointing to the figure's blurred features and unsettling movements, while others argued it was just a person, distorted by poor lighting. But even if it were a person, it still didn't add up. His property was notoriously difficult to access. What could it be? While riding his ATV through the woods, a young boy set up a camera to capture the adventure. Later, as he reviewed the footage, he noticed something strange lurking in the background near the tree line. A tall, dark figure moved silently through the woods, walking on two legs with long, steady strides. When the video was shared online, viewers couldn't help but jump to conclusions, with many insisting it was Bigfoot. The figure's impressive height, fluid movement, and the way it seemed to melt into the shadows sparked intense debate. Some were convinced it was the legendary creature, while others argued it was too perfect, leading many to wonder, could it have been staged, or was it just a person in the woods? A Reddit user came across a chilling photo, but it was what appeared near the doorway that sent shivers down their spine. In the background, a mysterious figure loomed with its presence impossible to explain. Some skeptics dismissed it as an oddly shaped person or the hind leg of an animal, but others saw something far more unsettling. Was it a shadowy figure lurking in the darkness? Or perhaps the disturbing outline of a body being dragged? Who or what was truly captured in this eerie shot? Late one night, Jalbandi recorded something truly bizarre deep in the forest near his village. In the distance, a pale, ghostly figure stood stark against the darkness of the trees. As he cautiously approached, the figure suddenly collapsed into a glowing orb and vanished behind a tree. You can hear the fear in Jal's voice, and the chilling silence of the forest only adds to the unsettling vibe. To this day, no one knows what he witnessed that night, but whatever it was, it felt terrifyingly real. A backpacker was enjoying a quiet hike through the forest when something caught their eye. At first, it looked like just another tree, but as they shifted angles, strange, almost human-like shapes began to emerge from its bark. It probably wasn't anything paranormal, but the tree gave off a deeply unsettling vibe. Spooked, the backpacker couldn't shake the feeling and ended up posting the eerie footage online. If you liked that video, make sure to check out the Dare to Watch YouTube channel, where we have tons of videos just like this. And if you want to see our latest scary hiking encounters, make sure to click subscribe so you'll get notifications.